All right, let's get this party started. All right, here we go. Another Tuesday night on the train. Perfect thing to do on a Tuesday night. And I'm sure if any of you guys shoveled your driveway after our little bit of snow that we got, it was an interesting shovel since it was literally slush and nice and heavy. So you got your workout in for that. I don't know why, but for some reason I keep thinking today is Wednesday, which is weird because yesterday was like a holiday. So you would think that I would be thinking today was Monday. I don't know. I was like, what day is today? Today is Tuesday. So I guess I'm wanting the week to go by faster. But here we are on a Tuesday. So you know the drill. Get yourself in your small ring. Nice, easy gear. Just keep the legs spinning. Get yourself between like 85, 95 cadence. You have your water bottle full, your fan, and your towel. Tonight you're going to need your towel for sure because I called this one Endure and Sprint. So we're going to do pretty much two extremes. We're going to kind of challenge the body in one respect, but yet we're going to give it a break in the other. So what it's going to be is going to be two blocks of endurance level or zone 3 type riding. And then after that, we're going to do a short block of 10-second sprints as hard as you could go to get the highest wattage possible or the highest speed or whatever you want to do with it. I just want you to go hard. So we're at the opposite ends of the spectrum for these two things tonight. So if you do the main block of endurance correctly, your legs should still have enough power left to give you some good sprint efforts. So it's kind of a challenging thing to keep it all in perspective and hold back a little bit in that endurance level stuff. But I'm not going to have you go off easy for the endurance. I'm going to put you in some gears that are going to force you to really pace yourself. So keep that in mind. Keep it all in perspective. I don't know if you noticed, if you look outside tonight, it's a full moon. So you know what the full moon brings out the crazy. So find your crazy tonight on the sprints, because I want you to really crank out some serious power for those. It's really a beautiful moon tonight. So after we're over, take a step outside or look outside, because it's definitely worth it. I even forgot for myself what I put here for the first warm-up effort. We're going to do something a little different for the warm-up effort too. It's going to be 6 minutes, not 5 minutes long. Got a little creative with myself tonight. We're going to do 2 3-minute sets with no real difference between the two. It's just going to be a kind of build. It'll be a 15-second standing effort, followed by 45 seated, then a 30-second stand, 30-second seated, 45 seconds standing, 15 seconds seated. We're going to do that twice. I'm going to put you in a gear that'll help you to stay in those standing ranges when you need to. And we'll probably end up getting in almost a full hour here tonight. So, hope you came prepared, ready to go. So let's get things started. I want everybody to get to their big ring, down to your 16. So remember your 15. You should see 3 under your chain. This time, you're going to see 4 gears under your chain. We're going to get warmed up. 15 seconds standing. 3, 2, 1. Let's get up. Just get warmed up. You don't have to go full blast yet. Just find some legs. Let's get some lactic acid moving. Sitting back down. Leave it in this gear. Try to get as much cadence as you can. This gear will pretty much dictate your leg speed. You'll feel your heart rate starting to come up. When I count it down, we're going to do 30 standing. And again, straight up. 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. 30 seconds here. Feel those legs starting to burn. That's a good thing. Nice and tall. Quick rotation with the legs. Sitting down. Holding it there. Feel those glutes and the hamstrings. Really working hard. Stay in this gear. Stand it up. 45 here. Getting the pattern now. It's going to be a short break after the 45. And then we'll do that again. 15, 30, 45. Should be well warmed up. Hang in there. 3, 2, sitting down. Short rest. Not really rest. Standing up, 15. Now the legs are really going to get warmed up. Sitting back down. Holding steady here. Feel that even pedal stroke. Gears is going to push the legs a bit. Next stand, when I count it down, will be 30 seconds. 3, 2, standing up. Maybe feel yourself go a little faster. Increase your cadence. Starting to get your sweat on. Sitting back down. 30 to cool. Then one last standing effort. A little longer warm up today. Three, two, last time standing. 45. And again, you can go a little harder. Make it happen. 15. 3, 2, sit down. Hold on to it. Don't shift yet. Finish it out. 3, 2, 1. Small ring. Easy gear. All right. Take a drink. All right, time to use your metrics. If you don't have them, then this next effort should be somewhere around a 7 on a scale of 1 to 10. It's 12 minutes long. You're going to do 12 1-minute efforts with only 15 seconds in between each 1 minute. Why so short? Because we want to really hold you to that level. You're only putting yourself somewhere in zone 3. I want you closer to the middle or bottom, not up near the top. I'm going to give you the gear, and I'm also going to give you a cadence range that's really wide. 70 to 90 cadence. 80 is really maximal. I want you to be in your big ring and around your 21. And you're holding a zone 3 effort. So go ahead and find that big ring. Remember, your 21 is 25, 23, 21. It's going to be 1 minute in zone 3. Obviously, if you need one easier gear or one harder, you may go there. 3, 2, 1. Patience here, guys. Patience. Really hold yourself to the right cadence. 70 to 90 at the top. And the right zone. I actually shifted up one easier gear. And I need to bring my cadence down, which might mean I'm actually going to shift back down. This one's hard to get initially, to find that perfect spot. So work through it for this first minute until you feel yourself settling in. And once you get there, just stay there. Three, two, one. Just stay here. Bring your cadence down as low as you can get it, just to give yourself 15 seconds of recovery. 3, 2, 1. Right back to where you were. Find that right cadence. 70 to 90. Holding in zone 3. If your legs are burning, you are going too hard. If this feels nice and comfortable, then you got it right. Most of us don't work enough in this zone. That's why it's hard to dial it in. It's just about working it. Being consistent. The heart rate's not going to go much farther down in your rest period. 3, 2, just bring your cadence down. Let your legs feel like they're not working at all. We're doing 12 total. I'm sorry, 10, 3, 2, 1. Right back to where you were. Find that cadence. Find the effort level. Obviously, those of you using power, this is a lot easier to dial in. If you're using heart rate, your heart rate's not going to change much with that little rest. I'm sitting right at 88 to 90 in my cadence. So if you're following my leg speed, that's where I'm at. And I actually dialed it up one easier gear from where I initially had told you, just so I can get it right. Those gears are suggestions. Nice and comfortable in this. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Now you're starting to settle in. Find that gear again. 3, 2, 1. Not the gear, but the cadence. You weren't shifting at all, obviously. Just holding it steady. Now the body's starting to settle into it. It's cool how when you first get started, your heart rate kind of jacks up a little bit because your body's like, oh yeah, it's getting all excited like a puppy. I know what this is. We're going to work out. And then once you warm up properly, you can just settle right into it. Forgot my pen, so I have to rip my paper to keep the count. These workouts are good. 3, 2, nice and easy. We've done 4. 6 more minutes to go. Really let it get easy in the easy part. 3, 2, bring that cadence back up. Put the effort level right where it is. And again, what's going to start happening is the body's going to start warming up. So you might see yourself after that 15-second rest moving higher into a zone than you had previously. That's just because you're starting to get the body ready to go, warmed up. That's why it's going to be interesting to see how these sprints go for us. If you're doing this right, those sprints are going to be nice, a nice change. But you're going to work your cardio. 10 seconds all out. 3, 2, 1. That's 4 down. Here we go. 3, 2, bring it right back up. I got to settle myself down. Now, if you feel like you need to change a gear here because you're getting warmed up, that's okay to do. One harder gear, stay within the same range. Your cadence might drop a little bit, but that's okay. Keep reminding you this is about patience. We've gone halfway. Have to go. To look at the whole block at the end. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. The legs are happy. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And that transition should start to get to be an easy one. From going easy to dialing right back in. If you're sweating a lot, that's okay. That's what this is about. Your sweat, your fat burning zone right here. Building a good base. Mother Nature has not helped us. She hasn't been allowing us to go outside, except for some crazies like Jim, who will go out when it's 7 degrees or something. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. Seven down. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. I love when you could just go right to where you were previously. You can even use a miles per hour as your metric, if that works for you. As long as you know that it's keeping you in the right zone. So I had forgotten that, I think I've told you guys that my nephew's name is Marlon. And I had forgotten that Peter Sagan, his son's name is Marlon. So I told my Marlon that he inspired Peter to name his son Marlon. 3, 2, nice and easy. That's 8 down. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. This is going fast. So when we get to the sprint efforts, I want you to keep in mind that you're doing 5 of them. So if you can build them, let the first one kind of be letting your body see what it means, what's going to happen. Second one a little harder. Third one should actually be your best. Fourth and fifth, if you can hold on to the third standard, then you're in good shape. It's hard to sprint on a trainer. It's just stationary. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy. All right, we got one more to do. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Right there. Nice and consistent. If I look at your file, each little block of 1 should look just like the previous. And I can almost look at everybody on this screen and their files. I love trainer session art. I should actually like wallpaper my room with it. That would be kind of cool. With everybody's name at the bottom. Who created the best art? 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Get yourself to your small ring. Easy gear. Take a drink. Let your legs spin out. If you want to get between 90 and 100 to do that, go ahead. Now we're going to get ready for those 5 by 10 second sprints. They're going to be out of the saddle, in your drops. I want everybody in their big ring to do them. And I'm going to let you select the gear. But here's what I want you not to do. Don't pick a gear that's too hard. Everybody thinks, oh, you got to be in a hard gear to sprint. If you can't get your leg speed around, then that's not going to be a good sprint. You don't necessarily have to sprint in your hardest gear to make it a good one. And as I said previously, let's build these. It's going to be a shock to the system to go from one type of activity to this. All right, so go ahead and get yourself back to that big ring. Find the gear that you want. I'm actually starting right in the middle of my cassette, which is going to be about my 18 or my 19. Take a look at where you want to be. Get yourself in your drops. I'm going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds. Let's go. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Find your small ring. Allow yourself just to spin it out. That's 1 down. Whew. If you have power on your computer, now is time to start trying to beat each one of those for each effort that we do. If you pick the right gear, then stay there. If you feel like you want harder or easier, that's your option too. 10 seconds to go. Find the gear. Down in your drops. 2, 1, go. Three, 2, 1. Back to that small ring. Make it easy. Woo! Now the heart rate is kicking up. So that's what's going to happen to these. Remember, the heart rate is a delayed reaction. So it's going to start ramping up right as you're trying to cool down. If you like that gear, then stay there. Or as I said before, got 10 seconds, so big ring. Down in your drops. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 5 to go. Done. Sit back down. You might want to play with this a little bit. See what happens if you go to an easier gear. I did that. Didn't even get close to the previous 2. We got 2 more to do. Gauge your effort. Make these last 2 good ones. Pay attention to what that heart rate's doing. We got 10 to go. Picking the gear. Down on your drops. 2, 1, let's go. 5. Sit back down. Woo! That was a good build. Feel it build. Listen to the bike responding to what you're doing. It's almost like you're revving up. It's revving up. Last one coming your way for this set. You might see these again. Find that big ring. Find that gear. Last time here. Down in the drops. 2, 1, let's go. 5 down. Sitting down. Nice easy gear. Spin it out. Woo! Those were good. Feeling strong on those. All right, you're going to get a little extra rest here. 30 more seconds here. Then you're going to get a full minute till we start our next endurance set. So feel the heart rate come down. Take a drink. All right, we're going to go. 1 more minute, nice and easy. Here's where we're going to go for our next set. It's 8 minutes. You're going to do 4 by 2-minute efforts at that same cadence, heart rate, power, rate of perceived exertion as the last endurance set. Same cadence level. I'm going to bump it up a little though, 75 to 95. But this time, I want you to get in your small ring and around your 18, maybe 17, somewhere in the middle of that cassette that will hold you to that same pattern as previously. And you're only going to get 15 seconds in between each of these. All right, so find that gear. You might have to, as I said, shift up or down. 3, 2, 1, 2 minutes. Settle in. Get right to where you were on the last ones. And again, you have a little more range. Up to 95, down to 75. But all you guys should be somewhere in the 90s. You can hold that. 2 total minutes. So this is going to test you even in a different way. A bigger endurance zone, longer period of time. Plus it'll give me a chance to tell you a story. So I had to call out to Richmond, Indiana to make a hotel reservation for when we travel to Emporia, Kansas for the Unbound gravel event in June. So I found this hotel that was kind of in the middle of the trip. So I called directly to the hotel. And I get this person who tells me that she's only been working there for a week. I'm like, okay, I like newbies. I can be patient with a newbie for a learning experience. So I start to tell her what I need. And of course, she's asking me to slow down. So we finally get the first. I was making 2 different date reservations. Get the first one done. 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds easy. We got 1 down. That was 2 minutes. I know you love when I tell stories. Three, 2, 1, right back. Right back to that cadence. Right back to the effort. 2 minutes straight. So she finishes doing the first date, has a little problem with taking my credit card information. Oh, and when I gave her the date for the first trip, I said, we'll be arriving on June 1st. She says, oh, that's my birthday. And I said, well, hopefully you'll be there when we arrive on June 1st. We'll have to sing you a song. And she'd love that, of course. So she makes the reservation. She says, okay, so what's the next date? I said, June 6th. She says, oh, that's my dad's birthday. And I said, well, man, you guys must have a lot of June birthdays in your house. And she kind of sheepishly says, I'm not sure I should be telling you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. My dad passed away 3 weeks ago. And she said, I just said to him this morning, I want you to give me some kind of sign that you're okay. And she said, I think this is a sign that you're making a reservation on my birthday and on his birthday. And I said, you know what, Chelsea? This is a sign. And I'm really happy to be the bearer of that sign. So take it as 3, 2, nice and easy, that your dad is okay. So of course, at this point, she starts crying, rightfully so. 3, 2, right back. And she says, I know, now I'm crying. Can I call you back? I'm like, okay, call me back when you've gotten yourself organized. So how fun was that to be the bearer of some positive news for Chelsea at the Best Western in Richmond, Indiana. And she called me back when she'd gotten herself together and we finished the transaction. So I hope she's there on June 1st. So Lillian and Earl, Shannon, we got to remember to take Chelsea a birthday present. And I hope her dad gives us some inspiration as to what to bring her. All right, we're on number 3 of this event. In this set. And you can tell I'm in the right zone because I'm talking, telling a story. That's exactly where you should be for this. In your storytelling voice. "30 more seconds here. That'll be 2 down. Actually, 3 down. I knew you were going to say something, Shannon. Somebody's got to keep me on track. Talk about multitasking. 3, 2, nice and easy. Coming up on the last one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. 2 minutes strong. Let's go. Make this one the most solid of all the previous. Right at the top of the cadence range and right where you need to be in terms of the zone. You might be feeling this in the hammies, or if you're not feeling anything, that's a good sign. This shouldn't create a lot of fatigue tonight. Those sprints might be where your hammy pain comes from. One more minute. It is weird how time goes slower when I'm not talking. Almost there. Keep it dialed in. Think about upper body being loose, elbows bent, shoulders relaxed, hands are free, feet are flat. Your body, your core is holding you up, so your back's nice and flat. 3, 2, 1. Nice and easy for 15. Then we're going to move into an easier gear and prepare you for the last sprint efforts. 3, 2, easy gear. Take a drink, relax, prepare for the last. All right. The difference between this last set, instead of 10-second sprints, you're only going to do 5. So that means hard and fast from the gun. All you got to do is hold it for 5 pedal strokes. That's pretty much 5 seconds. Then you're going to get nice 55 seconds of rest. We're going to do 5 of these, and then we're done for the night. Man, I didn't think this one would go this fast. I want you again for these to be in that big ring. Find that gear that's going to work for you. And again, remember, it doesn't have to be a super hard gear. It just has to be a gear that gives you good leg speed and balance as you do this. All right, so shift to your big ring. Find the gear you think you want. Down in your drops. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. 5 seconds. And done. Small ring. Easy gear. Woo! That's a little harder to do. If you're in too hard of a gear, that first pedal stroke doesn't happen so easily. So you got to make sure you're picking that right one so you can get that leg speed up quickly. So make a decision for the next one, which gear you want to be in. Hold your core here. Your core is what helps you to get leg speed. Find that big ring. Find the gear. Down in your drops. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Come on. 5 seconds. That's all it takes. Sitting back down. Back to your small ring. Keep it spinning. Gotta get those legs feeling fresh again. We got 2. We got 3 more to go. Ooh, this is the definition of finishing fast. Just sprinting our way to the end. If you have power, see if you can beat your best power on these. Find that big ring. Find that right gear. Down in the drops. 3, 2, go. And stop. Woo. Looking for a high number. Let's see what kind of speed. In terms of max speed, 28 miles an hour. Check that out. That can be another metric that you're looking for. It's crazy to think when pros are sprinting, not necessarily on the cadence, on the trainer, but on the road, they're going 40, 45, maybe sometimes 50 miles an hour. Big ring. Find that gear. Down in your drops. 3, 2, go for it. And down. Woo! We got 1 more to do. Hopefully, you're finding that power. The legs feel good. I like this workout. I'll reveal my best power at the end. It's crazy to think that my old teammate, Brooke Wilson, could actually hit 1,000 watts on the trainer. Find that big ring. Back to that gear. Last one. 3, 2, here you go. And sitting down. Good job, everybody. Woo! Spin it out. My best power. 6, 4, 9. Oh yeah. That was good. I like that best power. I'll take that. That's a good one. So now you know, if you have proper rest, if you do a correct lead up to that sprint effort, you're going to be able to have some energy left to sprint at the end. So that's why they talk about in bike racing, burning your matches. If you burn too many, the legs have nothing left. So right now, I just want you in the easy gear, small ring, easiest that you have on your bike. Allow yourself to sit at about 95, just because I want you to spin the legs out a little bit. Keep your feet light, legs light. Finish up your water bottle. So I'm still trying to, of the people that are up on the screen, if I did a 20-minute test, most of you I have on Training Peaks. And if you don't have Training Peaks and you're using Garmin Connect or Strava or even if you're connecting to Zwift, which I don't think any of you are, if we did a 20-minute FTP test, you would be able to, or I would be able to pull out of that your 20-minute best effort and come up with your zones based off of that. So that's something that we're going to consider in February. I think it'll be good because there's a couple of people who need to retest. And there are actually a couple of people who aren't here tonight who I know want to test. One, in fact, being Bob, who got some power pedals, and he needs to get some zones because he's never really worked with zones before, that being power zones. So we can do this test for heart rate or power. If you don't have either, then it would just be for you a 20-minute effort just to see how you do with it. And when it comes to that time, I'm going to show you guys how when you do a 20-minute test like that, obviously you can't go all out from the beginning. It's literally like climbing a slow, gradual climb. And I'll actually show you a picture of a test that I did where you can see the gradual climb of the effort. All right, keep the legs spinning. We just want to kind of flush them out a little bit. Bring that cadence down. 2 more like 85. Slow down the leg speed. Also, something else for you guys to think about. If you haven't already started doing it, start setting yourself some things you're going to do this summer. Randy and I just signed up for another. We haven't done a bike tour or a week-long riding event in a number of years now. So we decided today that we're going to go back and do the Bonton Relay, which is a 6-day event up in the Finger Lakes of New York. It's run by the local YMCA there, and it's a really well-run event. So we're doing that, and we had met a number of women. There were 4 of them. The last time we did it, we were riding with them every day. It was so much fun. So 2 of those 4 will be joining us. So it will be a fun week for sure. So pick something like that for yourself. If you haven't already chosen something to do this year, maybe do something different than you've ever done in the past. Maybe a multi-day event, 2 days, 3, doesn't have to be a week long. Something that's going to challenge you a little bit, give you something to look forward to, and it motivates you to stay fit too. All right, we're going to go 1 more minute. And then we will call it a night. That was a good one. I'm going to hold that one off to the side. I can do that one again. See if I can beat that that max power. If you want to share with us your max power, if you have it, when we're done, I'll be happy to hear them. And let's see, what did I hold as average cadence for the whole workout was like 87, 88, which is good. That's where I wanted it to be. Not totally 90, kind of a little lower than what we normally would do. All right, I think that's calling it a night. 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. That was a good one. Whew.